Shot kind of sucks. Why so bad? Didn't get a sensor information this round. I'd rather roll here. Alright, well, it leaves us a bit vulnerable. Didn't take a lot of defensive actions here. Nice hit, ally. 4 damage total. Okay, 50-50 miss. Nice. Did shoot the guy in cover. So there, we have ECM shield off of the center one, which is, I think, +2. And then it's another increasing. We also are jamming them. Jamming is like anti-sensor. So a chance to give them a shitty sensor lock on us, I guess. I think that's how that works. And then if we have another jammer on the on Dustraker. If we can get that in range to make their locks even worse. I'm not against punching this thing. This is our Juggernaut guy. Although it does take him out of sensor range. Hasn't done any damage yet. I think we just reserve down on this guy for now. It would bring the jammer in is the only thing. Okay. Yes, so what do we got? We got a lock on him this time. And on him. So our accuracy is way better. Did we get reading on there? Okay, pretty low initiative again, but this guy's the more dangerous one. Kind of want to walk into about there and shoot him in the face. Similar accuracy. Okay, we panicked the guy. I think that means he ejects, but I don't actually know exactly. 84% accuracy hit on this guy seems amazing. It's one of the ones I'm worried about hitting us, so let's hit him with the PPC. Fantastic. And then move. Actually don't even want to be... I want to move for the defensive pips. Chance to eject on panic. Okay. Don't really want to come out in the open in this guy, but I also don't want to be giving them flank shots or... Okay. So we do have this vehicle that we've been totally ignoring. The autocannon urban mech has its accuracy reduced by our ECM field as well as hitting it with the PPC. So hopefully that will fuck with that a little bit. No one's super exposed right now. But a couple combined flank shots might be bad news. We have slowly been upping the back armor of the Hunchback again and again and again. So it's not like super weak. Oh, if they want to shoot my allies, that's fucking great. By all means. Alright, this guy hasn't acted, and nor has that guy. He's currently out of our C3, huh? I'd like to fix that. I kind of want to just run up and punch this guy in the face. Left torso. It's that side. It's no good. Do we get a good lock on this? Do we know what type of missile? Oh, they're SRMs. I really don't want to give it my back in the little tiny mech then. How about this guy? Could I go deal with him? Also SRMs over there. And he's actually, despite looking like he's damaged because it has red on it, he's actually not that vulnerable. I think we chill out here for a minute, take the other guy first, Deadeye. And either kill this guy, although this guy is supposedly panicking. We might be able to kill the SRM carrier. I kind of wonder if we were to be able to. We have good accuracy on it this round. Do we have a sense of its armor? 78. We probably can alpha this. Get a side flank over here. Do we have people down? We do have people downrange of that. Maybe we move instead. I don't want it. Could do there and try it. It's a bit better. All right. Good hit percentage. No SRMs for you. No, stepping on is actually fairly not efficient when we have a billion medium lasers, and our stepping on people doesn't do all that much damage. Okay. Alright. Let's move this way.
On my way.
Okay. Did they change melee? Yeah, it's only 1.5 times damage. And it has the hit chance is affected by lots of things too. And our Hunchback is full of medium lasers, which do good damage close range. I don't know why they're called I mean, medium, I guess, is just the size of the gun as opposed to. Did that thing just run up and punch me? You bastard. Alright. I don't mind hitting this guy, maybe. Is he trying to get away? He is. His front is to us now. I think this is still a reserve on this guy. Let's grab our PPC. We currently have no shot, but we can move and take one. Accuracy best from the white tiles. PPC shot to that guy's back is kind of okay. Keep all of our options open. Alright, what do we got? We've got a 74%er here on the side with the damaged torso. And here we have an 88% chance to shoot the back. I think it said no armor there. I'm going to try to kill the runner. Great. Mason. Okay. The Hunchback again. This guy is fairly beat up, right? But from where? Not that beat up, actually. Backside is pretty weak, though. Might just be able to kill him. Can I actually get behind him? I can side flank him if I want. Something like that will hit. That's a front shot, not a flank. That's a flank. That looks decent.
Copy that.
Might not be considered close range.
Nice. Got past his armor.
Okay.
Good to go.
Try punching him in that side. He's pretty close to dead. Might turn our back over there. Let's just reserve down on him again. And grab our next guy. We done fucked up his initiative hitting him there too. Oh, they just cored that guy for me. Sweet.
Receiving you.
Okay.
Position confirmed.
Nice.
Mission successful.
I actually don't think we took a lot of damage there at all. Nice aggressive mission for once. They had pretty light mechs in pretty frontal positions. Got some good hits with the PPC early as well. Alright. This type of cash we pick up out of that. Not much. Alright, salvage rights coming in at... It's one engine core, basic cockpits, basic SRMs. Do we want partial mech salvage on any of this shit? OST Scout, I don't know that mech. Urban Mech and a Javelin. Gear looks kind of bad. SRM double. Jesus, anything worth any money out of this? I mean, that's worth a little bit. Guess we take one of the mech salvages. Yeah, it looks terrible. 4 laser hardpoints, 2 missile hardpoints, 2 autocannon hardpoints. 4 autocannon hardpoints, 2 laser hardpoints, and a shit ton of text. Pure Recon Battletech has 5 laser hardpoints. I don't know if the base chassis of some mechs are better at movement than others. I assume they must be. Kind of want this. I don't know. Are we ever going to get these again? I think this is the first one we've seen so far. It's just so little else. I mean, this is worth 250k. So 25k by the time we sell it. This is all garbage. Yeah, about that. All right. Actually picked up all 3 mech parts. Pretty nice roll for a garbage loot. Cool. So we're pretty much out of missions we want to do in this system, which is probably a good time to move on. We should sell any other garbage we want to get rid of out of our inventory before we go, because we're going to be in transit for a while, so we can't make money from sales. And we're going to have to mess around with the navigation system, see if we can spot a location that we want to go to. Haven't really done that yet, so that might be cool. All right, where and what? Cost 2,210 in 1 day. Yep, can fix that. Sure. Just the spider line holder. Are they split up? Wait, is there more? There's 3 of them? Oh, they all took like very, very, very light damage. Sure. All right. The only thing I would like to do about that is I want the hunchback in first. I'm pretty certain we need to mess with its sensor loadout, because I'm pretty sure it's getting super shitty sensor readings every fight. Command center, I believe, is devoid of missions for us now. Almost certain, but let's double check. All people I care about. Oh, no, is this one. We could take this one if we wanted to. For Comstar. We haven't built or lost Comstar rep, but this is a one that's close. That is one that's close to us. The mechs only need 1 day. How are our pilots? Pilots out for 2 days, 3 days, 3 days. So we could hang out for 2 days of wasted time in an area we don't really want to stay in and then go, or we could go now. I think we're probably going now. I mean, it is money is the only thing. Or salvage, probably. How much was it? 3 and 13 is a pretty high salvage. Kind of want to move on. Probably makes a little bit of sense. It's only like a day down of that. Maybe we can mess with the sensor suites for the extra day. All right. Let's plan on doing that, then moving. It's against someone we've already started taking missions against, so that would be fine. Get as much value out of the system as we can before we pay for the transit costs, I guess. All right. 2 days till the report, sure. All right. So one of our bays is open. This one apparently. And we are looking to interact with the hunchback. Let's take a quick look at it. What does it have in terms of sensor suites? It is running wings. Endosteel. I swear we made this. Yeah, okay, Endosteel, that's the right one. Okay. Has a battle computer for initiative boost. Standard FCS, standard cockpit. Is this sensors? Shit, that's sensors. And what are our other guys running? I think the spider is running. Oh, the spider's the spider, right? So it's got the Beagle probe, which does what now? Counters ECM stealth by 2 bonus by 2. Bonus of 2 to sensor detection. Provides additional sensor. Is this, chat, is this entirely useless to have on this guy? Since this guy doesn't shoot anybody and therefore doesn't care about sensor? I think it might be. Also, what happened to my Senator torso armor? Yeah, we did want the tag laser. Which apparently is not a laser. Okay. Isn't it good for the scout to be able to see invisible enemies? Well, not if no one else can use it or see it. I think when we first equipped this, I was on the assumption that our teams shared scanner info. This weighs more than what we just took off too. Maybe this beagle probe needs to come off. Active sensor probes counters ECM/stealth by 2. Bonus of 2 to sensor detection. Provides additional sensor information. I think I want this on somebody else, although I don't know if I can spare tonnage on non-combat, on our combat mechs for things like a beagle probe. What does the C3 slave do again? Alright, C3 network. Makes enemies easier to spot by 1. That's the green aura. C3 acquire targets within 240 meters. That is the green aura. What's the second one? Shares sensor information. Remove the fog of war around their vision when a lance member moves. I don't know what that last one means. No, I like it being fast. The engine's good. I don't know if this is useless or not. Also, what is an action? Why is this not just per turn? but here's the issue I'm having. Hatton, right? It's this, right? I get that. I like increased sensor range and increased sight range are both great for people who are trying to shoot targets, and countering ECM and stealth is great for people who are trying to shoot targets. But this guy doesn't shoot targets, so is this entirely useless on him? Slave needs others to interact with before it can share. You can share sensor information with lance mates with 3C system. Oh, really? You have to... Other people have the slave get this? Second part of a C3 network, weighing a single ton and carried by members of commands. When it links to a 3C command unit, can share target information with all the other units linked to the network. Alright, well... Talk to me about the Beagle probe here, lady, because I'm unclear on this right now. So my understanding is this. All right. At some point in the turn, I thought it was the beginning of the turn, but I don't actually think it is. I think it's when they take actions now. I think it's when it's your mech warrior's turn to act. He's basically getting 2 rolls that he's done, and one is one is sight and one is sensors, right? So the sensor roll is the one that, like, when you get the negative penalty of -4 or -5 for not having sensor information, that's based on that. But it's a comparison, right, between your sensor strength, your tactics, and a couple other modifiers versus your opponent's basically ECM or stealth scores, right? The traits are all the item does and needs. But I don't understand then. Like, if I don't have a guy shooting, like, what I want to know is how much talking to each other does the squad do in terms of sharing information? Does it make any difference if my scout can see farther and gets better sensor range? Because who the fuck cares? If my scout can't shoot, like, it doesn't matter, right? So then this is useless. I am looking at the item. Counters ECM stealth by 2. Item tells you what it does. Traits tell you what it does. Yeah, but I'm looking at the traits, man. Yeah, so I get that the green one helps. I'm talking about the Beagle probe. I understand the slave portion of this helps quite a bit. That the green aura makes it easier for all my allies to spot them. Although I don't know what the share sensor information last tag is. Remove the fog of war around their vision when a lance member moves. What does that mean? Oh, I see. And having this guy nearby is essentially ECCM. It means precisely that. It doesn't mean anything. The fog of war that everyone has. Really? All right, so what you're saying with this is the sensor and the sight range probably doesn't help us too much, but having someone carry active sensor probes help mitigate the amount of ECM penalty that our team is taking when the opposing team runs ECM. Yeah, I'm aware of the C3, what the C3 mechanic does, I think, except for the third clause. I don't know what the third clause means on this. I've got the first and the second. I'm not even sure that I know the second. So the second, I think, says the green aura is 240 wide. And then the first one says what the green aura does is it makes everyone in that aura one easier to spot who's opposing. And this helps counteract ECM again. Removing the fog of war, I don't understand. I've never even noticed the fog of war around my characters when they move. Like, isn't the whole, we'll see. So anyways, okay. So this one is just the ECM version of it. So maybe okay. So where are we gonna get some weight for the tag then? Right. Yeah, I'm cool on the, I've got the first two clauses of the C3 slave down. That's fine. That's what I've been running it for. And we put this on initially to help with the ECM, but I'm just worried that the first two clauses of this are essentially useless on this mech, which I think they are. The last two clauses look good. And maybe getting sensor information, having increased sensor range and increased sight range helps with this in some way. But the first two are the strongest effects. But are they strong effects for a unit that doesn't shoot at all? This unit doesn't have a gun on it, or hasn't yet. So what is the benefit of a unit who's not doing any shooting for sensor range and sight range? Nothing, right? I mean, besides, yeah, I don't even know. What would be the benefit of that would be? Easier spotting and finding the targets. Okay. Okay. So let's maybe this won't be quite as wasted if we can get the tag on there as well, because then we'll be shooting at something, so accuracy will matter. Target acquisition gear grants 7 to sensor checks on hit, decaying by 1 for each hex target moved. -1 to invasion pip ignored, 1 accuracy on this weapon. Target painters grant 1 bonus action against target, does not stack. Target painters make it 15% easier to detect, make it 15% easier to see. Weapon does not fire in melee. Weapon is affected by Lost Tech quirk. I don't know what the Lost Tech quirk does yet, but that's okay. I need to find half a ton of armor, half a ton of stuff to take on this guy. I could move some stuff around. Where is our current cockpit? Because this gets me a half ton, this tiny cockpit, right? And current cockpit is this one. Okay. All right, so if we pulled that out and put the tiny cockpit in, this is now 1 day. We actually got a full another half ton back. Am I happy with the sensor sniper for this one for sensors? I think so. That's just applying a ECM aura, right? Right, which is just an anti-sensor check aura. Okay. What else does a small cockpit do? It reduced gunnery and piloting by 1. So this is okay. We can actually get a little bit of armor back from this too, which is kind of nice. Was there anything else we wanted on it? It's not running ammunition. It's only running 4 of 8 jump jets. What does a jump jet weigh? Half a ton. We could try to up its jump range. But I think I'd rather just the armor. Two days is about what we have, right? So we have 2 upgrades here. Bring the arms up to 30 maybe. Okay, 2 days. Put the small cockpit in. We pulled out the comm suite, which is too bad because I want that back in. But that's interesting. Let's try this. Okay, let's confirm that. That gets the tag weapon on, assuming it's going to let us do this, which I think it will. Okay. Sweet. And a slightly better understanding of what our stuff's doing on there, I hope. All right. Arm mounted for 1 accuracy. Shit. Thanks. So what happens if I cancel it? Do I get full refund? I think I do. All right, let's try that again. Good call. I'm not sure we have an arm mount. We don't have an arm mount. I think it's a laser. Actually, I don't know what it uses. Can I drag it into the arms? Oh, I can. No, you're right. Okay, that will change it slightly. No, it's cool, man. It's we do have to make a decision. The arms get blown off on this thing from time to time, and if the arms get blown off, we will lose the thing. Is it worth getting +1 accuracy on the tag for that? But at least it will be a decision as opposed to just us forgetting about it. Spider-Mech run only when? I don't know, man. This game's fun. We're gonna stick with it as is. Okay, so we could stick it on one of the arms. Both arms are equally valid for us. We've spread these out so they're less of a priority target, or rather less of a hit if one of them goes. I don't know. +1 accuracy, nice, especially if we're trying to target paint something. Slave seems more important overall than the Beagle Probe to me, so I guess I'll stick it on that arm. Alright. Now we've got half a ton of armor to reapply. I think I wanted to bring that up to 20. Wanted to bring this up 35, I think it was. Okay. Alright, what else was going for armor? Oh, that's it. We're at 30 tons. 50, 50, 35, 35, 55. Okay.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Yeah, I could make it unarmored. Uneven armor. Actually, fuck. God damn it. I'm like slightly ahead of chat, and chat keeps like end of my day. I'll blame it on end of my day. I keep getting good suggestions from chat and not paying any and like not seeing it before I finish. All right, let's try this one last time. Okay, we're gonna take the small cockpit for weight. We're going to take the tag weapon system for tagging shit. This is at 20 armor. We're gonna bring this one up. We were bringing 35, 35. Which means we have 15 twice as 30. We can bring this straight up to 50. We're fixing the back, and that's all the armor we're applying to this. Okay. There were no other changes that I remember. Are there FCSs that we can do that change this in some way we care about? Missile control, indirect. No. Is this not per turn then? What is per action? I was asking that earlier and never got an answer. Is per action per round for the mech warrior? All right. Okay. Confirm that.
Right. I'll get it.
All right. I think that's the only change we're gonna have. 2 days for everything's done. Actually, we get 1 day of changes on other stuff, presumably to figure out which mech we're gonna put the other one back on. Financial report time.
I've got the financial report.
Great. Oh, I forgot to sell some shit. Fuck. We just got charged extra for not selling stuff. Oh well. Okay, this is fine. Did we want to change this at all? Are we even allowed to change it? Might be for next time. I think we're good on this. Okay. All right, 1 day left on both the Argo ship upgrade and the Spider. Let's go to the mech bay and figure out. So we just changed up the Spider's gear. It's running a smaller cockpit for weight. The line holder, I believe, is running. That means we dropped a fucking line holder's running sensors basic. You shitting me? Actually, don't like the current build of the line holder either. Kind of wanted to get the SRMs on. Although we don't have a lot of ammo for the SRM. It's just it's feeling like not a whole lot of damage coming out of this. Although it is running 3 medium pulse for it. Okay, so this is the... But it takes 5 days. So we're not going to mess with that right now. But we could upgrade its stuff in here. Sensor basic is just sad days, man. All right, FCS. This is cockpit, right? So we could actually update cockpit to make sure that we get resolved per action, whatever the per action is, which we still don't know. And this is another ECM layer. We're running Guardian ECM on it. I might have to drop the Guardian ECM off of this for weight when we get around to putting the SRMs on, which means it will have to be somewhere else. I really like the Guardian ECM. But we'll see. For the moment, we have a day. Let's get the cockpit stuff sorted. So we want a comm suite in the cockpit. That's a day. Can we also get the sensor sniper in? It's 2 days. Okay.
Logged and noted.
All right.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Drag it down. Go to next.
That work order you submitted?
That work order's complete, boss.
Okay.
Top-notch work, if I may say so.
First things first, let's get the engineering ticking. This is going to be probably this one, right? This is 2 morale and 1 tech point again. Takes 20 days to complete, cost us 450,000. Seems great. Oh, but we can't, right? This is one that can't do it yet. Requires repaired power conduits and lounge. Do we have repaired power conduits? Oh, we do repaired power conduits. The other thing is drop size. This is quite expensive. We don't have another mech yet anyways. We can get more tech points, but we get more tech points otherwise. It is more expensive by almost double, but it takes also twice as much time, so it actually doesn't cost us on average anything more. Actually, the average upkeep is less. That's fine. All right, let's go ahead and grab the lounge.
Sure thing.
Okay.
It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
All right, next up, we need to launch our stuff. Okay, or do our barracks assignments and then launch our next guy. All right. Although we might have to launch tomorrow, because I don't think we have time for that. Take a quick look around. Arbiter, not quite there. 4416. We will be able to do it on this guy if we are doing this melee shit. I don't know if I want to devote 2 full pilots to melee. It's a little ballsy. And then what are we doing on these guys? 49 floating here. Is he the... Nope. So we're still waiting there. Test 9 still waiting on 2. Okay. It's missing 5 tons. It's not missing 5 tons. We installed extra armor on it. 2 endo steel and ferrofibers to give it back weight because we're going to put a missile launcher system on it when we can. But the missile launcher system takes 5 days. So we're waiting till we travel between systems to do it. It has all the armor it's ever had. It's just lighter. Don't worry about bankruptcy projected. No one cares. All right. Do we want to level this guy? We have the 1 melee build we're building. The problem is piloting seems really bad if you're not punching shit. Maybe the unsteadiness threshold stuff is relevant. And Juggernaut is really bad unless we're doing these things. I think we can upgrade bursts later though, right? I don't have to take it now. We can just do a mission without it, but it's worth looking at. Okay, we're going to take an easy mission, but I got to figure out what we want to do with him eventually. Okay, so that means we are, I think, needing to go. We need to do 2 things then, which is mission, then sell. Okay. And then we got to figure out where we're going. Okay. Chat, but I've been on for a very long time. I'm going to be done for today. Thanks for hanging out, being a part of this. I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm going to be playing again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. US Central. Continue our playthrough there. Try to make it out of this system, maybe starting to get towards the mid-game of this. Because we're so early in right now, right? No new mechs upgraded, etc. Just starting to stabilize our cash flow. Starting to build some pilots that have some synergies, ideally. And starting to get our mechs. Like, I like that we're having to steal like mech bay time. I like that the bulk of your time is spent like repairing and surviving your missions, and then you like steal a couple days here to like tweak the sensor suites and whatnot. So I'm kind of excited to see what we can tweak out of these. I like that we haven't immediately been given a mech that makes our existing mechs obsolete, which happened a lot in the base game. Like you use like light mechs like twice, and then you're like, oh, fuck light mechs, I'm done with light mechs, and then you just went all heavy stuff. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna be done for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Be back tomorrow. Let me host a friend on the way out, see who's streaming what. And we will go from here. Let's take a look. You know, said hi to us today. We can send right back to is Sneaky Cheek. Say hi, tell him I sent you. See you tomorrow, guys.